Welcome to another video of the YouTube channel here, the FI Investors, where we talk real estate, personal finance, and mindset to help you scale your real estate portfolio. So today we're going to be talking about the 4 different advantages of partnerships. So for anybody that wants to scale their real estate portfolio, here's one of the key things that has helped me on my journey to scaling my portfolio to over 60 doors. And that is understanding the power of partnerships. But here's the key thing. Don't do any partnerships unless you understand these 4 unfair advantages. So before I partner up with anybody, this is something that in the beginning, when I was buying my first couple of rentals, is one of those things that I didn't know what I didn't know. So before you partner up with anybody in real estate, buy a real estate deal, or maybe even create a business, it doesn't matter. But the main thing here is know the power of, number 1, that the partners have to complement each other. And number 2, that you guys share values, similar values. And number 3, the power of unfair advantages. So the video today is going to be all about the unfair advantages. So let's get started. There are 4 unfair advantages that I have seen throughout my journey as a real estate investor and as I have grown my portfolio to over 60 doors. Now, here's the key thing. You need to make sure that when you partner with somebody, you don't have the same unfair advantages. You have to complement each other, all right? Because if not, if you bring 2 people with the same unfair advantages, you're still gonna have to figure out how to complement the other unfair advantages, and it's not gonna work. So here are the 4 unfair advantages. Number 1 is going to be time. There are some people that have a lot of time, and then other people like that may be focused on their career, like a lawyer, a doctor, whatever, that all they doing is their craft, what they get paid best at, or working on their money machine, which was another video that I did earlier that you probably saw. So it's gonna be time. Time is one of those unfair advantages. Some people have it, other people don't. In the beginning, as I was building my portfolio, as I was first getting started, and I was 23, 24 years old, all I had was time. Now, fast forward 10 years later, I may not have as much time, but I've been able to build what we will talk about, the second unfair advantage. So number 1 is time, and know that it will be switching depending on how you build your real estate portfolio and the partnerships. So time number 1. Number 2 is money/capital. Basically, money, right? So money is one of those key things that you want to partner up with people that may have money, because maybe you're somebody that has a lot of time but no money, or vice versa. Maybe somebody that has a lot of money but no time. So it's very important to understand that with that capital, you can partner up with other people, and they can be the private money lender. They can actually be the main partner that you guys can go 50-50 or whatever. And I'll talk about a little bit of a deal that we did. So stay till the end so that you can find out the deal that I did, a seller finance deal, using these unfair advantages. So the unfair advantage is the time. Then you get capital. Capital is one of those key things that you want to make sure that you can leverage wisely, because that person can let you borrow money and then you can give them equity. You can also go as partnerships on, like as a partner on an LLC that then buys the property, or just partner as a partnership, as a JV, and you guys buy the properties in your name. Whatever it is, but you want to make sure that you complement each other, and knowing that the partner can actually put money for the down payment, or maybe he's buying it cash or the loan. It doesn't matter. But the key thing here is that capital or money is unfair advantage number 2. Unfair advantage number 3 is your network, because you want to make sure that the network that somebody has can open many doors. So sometimes, for example, I might be a partner and I may know a lot of people that maybe have money. I can also be the one that has the network that can bring deals into the partnership. I can be the network that I know. For example, let's say I partner up with somebody that has money, like it happened in Denver. For example, my buddy Pascal, we partner up where I didn't have time, but I did have the network. While he was living in Denver, he had the money. He leveraged my network so that I could know how to get the right financing. I was the realtor in that deal, but then I was also able to have the right, to give you an example, you can have the right like HVAC person, the right inspector, the right roofer, just knowing all of those resources, even if it was a property manager, so that you can be the connector there and be able to provide value to that partnership. That way, you bring your preferred vendors, your trusted vendors into the deal, and maybe even, depending on your network, find off-market deals. So that is the value that one can bring with your network. And the last unfair advantage that I have seen in my career is experience or expertise in that market or in that strategy. Expertise. There is a difference, and this is something that I learned from one of my mentors, Daniel De Real. He said there's a difference between revealed knowledge and communicative knowledge. Communicative knowledge is something that you just read in books, right? You may go to Bigger Pockets, buy a book, learn about it, and then you do it, right? But that's communicative knowledge, where you just listen to a podcast or you read a book, but you don't have any experience. The other one is revealed knowledge, knowledge that you've been in the trenches, you've done the deals, maybe you're gonna offer your value and expertise, let's say, as a co-living property manager, and maybe in the past, maybe you managed 100 doors, rather than saying, hey, I read a book on co-living, let me manage your properties, right? There's a difference between revealed knowledge and communicative knowledge. And the expertise can be something of value that you can bring to other investors in partnerships. This expertise can also come by you asking them, right? This is where it comes to the partnerships, how much equity they can give you based on the expertise that you have. Because with that, you will also, with that expertise, you can bring different types of deals through your network. If you're an expert, you probably have a network too, so they also complement each other. You will be able to maybe get more deals and more access to resources. The expertise that if something happens, you already know what to do rather than going on Google and trying to figure it out, right? So the expertise in the market is very important. That expertise, for example, knows that, for example, me being a realtor, right? I'm also I have a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge in the Austin market, for example. I know that there are certain zip codes where properties might appreciate more and maybe have less cash flow, right? So that expertise, that experience is going to be able to bring better partnerships, better communications, better ways to invest than what can offer somebody else if you're willing to partner. So those are the 4 main things of unfair advantages if you're looking to partner with somebody. So number 1 was time, number 2 was capital, number 3 was your network, and number 4 is experience or expertise in that market or strategy. Hopefully you found this useful. In the next video, in another video, we'll talk about a seller finance deal that we were able to find, and between myself and one of my business partners, Ward, we were able to buy this property as a seller finance in partnership here in Austin, Texas. So we found this on the MLS, and this was a great deal. Now, the one thing that I'll say is in partnerships, for example, on that deal, Ward brought the deal to me and he said, Diego, I'm looking to partner up on this deal because at this time I don't have the money for the down payment. And right now I want to make sure that this is a good deal, confirm that it is a good deal based on numbers, based on everything. So here's what I told him. I was like, okay, Ward, you brought the deal. And what we'll do is you will be the one managing the property. You'll be the one with the time. I will bring the money, and I will also bring the network/expertise because I know Austin pretty well. I've been living here for 10 years. So this was a great way to complement each other to be able to make sure that we have a good deal and that will bring a good partnership because we're each playing to our strengths. So if you want to also go a little bit deeper, just as a bonus, get these 2 books on partnerships, or not partnerships per se, but actually on understanding what your unfair advantage is, what your zone of genius is. And the two books are Rocket Fuel and also The Big Leap. So the book Rocket Fuel and The Big Leap. Highly recommended. Read those two books before you go into any partnerships. All right? So there you have it, guys. There you have it. We talked about today on don't partner with anybody in real estate without knowing those unfair advantages, those 4 unfair advantages. And again, to recap, number 1, time, number 2, capital, number 3, your network, and number 4, experience, expertise on the market and on the strategy. If you found this helpful, if you found this useful, please like, subscribe, share this with somebody else. And if you have any questions about what else we have out there, watch the YouTube videos, but also go to thefyinvestors.com where you can find more information. You can schedule a call with us, a strategy call free of charge, so that we can help you scale your real estate portfolio. Take care and see you on the next one.